A2000 EST. OCOEE. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I'm with my dog. Ay, birds of a feather, we gon' flock together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, seek the kingdom, why you simping, for real? Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking. Hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision, then you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the page different. The page different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turning signal on. So they see me coming, they still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from up. They like, how he, who he, what is this? Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug in the microphone and then you hear that click.
Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click.
It's a hit. Hey,
welcome in.
Hit 'em like, whoa, man. Hey, make 'em do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man. Flow electric, this is not a slow dance. Not a slow dance.
Okie dokie. Welcome in.
He give grace, so wherever grace lands. He paid the price, ain't have no escape plan. Yeah, no plan. Yeah, no plan. Actually, his plan was the plan, so he planned.
He got a plan. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Good to see y'all. Let's do it.
Thank you, Lord. I should like a praying mantis. Enemy just trying to see me sink Titanic. Never out, but I'm outlanded. Even when I'm out, soon as I
all right, y'all ready to go? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love.
Happy
I need everything that's coming from
Tuesday.
above. I need peace.
Happy Tuesday.
I need love. I need everything that's coming from above.
All right, game time. Game time. Good to see you guys. Good to see y'all. Let's rock and roll here. Showtime. Showtime. What's poppin'? How y'all feeling? Everyone good? Good to see you guys, man. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Let's see who we got. What up, Zyper? Z Gamer in the house. Okay, Taco Tuesday. What's poppin'? What's up, Kelvin? 3 ants in the building. What up, Luffy? How we feeling? Louis G in the building. Vishal in the house. What up, big dog? How we feeling? Good to see you. What up, Wayne? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome in. What's up, Serge? Clubhouse always fired up, man. I love y'all, man, for real. Gang's all fired up. Let's get it. Clubhouse got motion here today. Let's go, let's go. What up, Jeff? Mike go in the building. What's up, Alan? Good to see y'all. Good to see you guys. Patrick, what's goody? Who else we got here? What up, Fnan? Mr. BTC in the house. Benji in the building. Arrow Sassy's here. Futures Lore in the building. Futures Lore, what's goody? What's goody? Sunboy in the building. What's poppin', Sunboy? What's poppin'? All right, let's do this, man. What up, Assam? How we feeling? Only Bands in the house. Sweet and Style is in the house today. What up, Sweet and Style? Excuse me. Sound Badman. Badman. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Oh, Connecticut in the building. Shout out to Connecticut. Where you guys from? Where y'all from? We got a little bit of time. Where you guys from, man? I want to know. Where is TTE's reach? What up, Gus? What's good, Gus, my man? I like that name, Gus. Where y'all from? Shout out your city. Shout out where you live. Texas, Vietnam, London, Haiti, India, Miami, Dubai, Portugal. Let's go. Philippines. South Africa in the house. North Carolina. All right, let's go. Australia in the building. We got Florida. All right, what up, Matt? Got more Florida. Canada, eh? We got some Canada. Ireland. Kenya in the building. Germany stand up. Morocco. Washington, D.C. All right, Belgium. Kenya. Romania. Make sure you go see my boy Raja in Romania. Cape Town in the house. Chile. Indonesia. Love it. Where else? Nigeria in the building. Pakistan. Zimbabwe. Let's go, Zimbabwe. Let's go, Colombia. Sweden. Okay. What else we got? Wait, what's this one? Alger? I don't think I've even heard of that place. Algebra? Bangladesh in the building. I've always wanted to say that word. Bangladesh. What a name, huh? Let's go. Worldwide here today. Worldwide, man. Where's everyone from the U.S.? I see the whole world in TT, man. Yeah, damn. Great Britain. Holy smokes. I always wanted to know someone from Great Britain. England. All right. I always wanted to know someone from England. Man, that's awesome. W. Well, we're here, man. We are here. We are worldwide, and we're about to get this show started here today, man. Good to see y'all. Welcome in, everyone. Anyone here from the U.S.? The good old USA. Anyone? No wonder why y'all always be laughing at my U.S. jokes. None of you guys are from the U.S. Palestine in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Incredible. It's just an incredible thing to see the reach of the internet. It's just so wild. ATL shouty. Okay. US is in the house. Okay, we got it. El Paso, let's go. Oh, he said Wakanda. Port St. Lucie. A lot of Florida here. All right. Well, let's rock and roll. Good to see you guys. Welcome in, everyone. Let's get rolling here. So let's just pray real quick, and then we'll get started, and we'll have a good session here today. All right. Let's do it. Well, Father God, we thank you for all that you do here, Lord. We thank you for the reach. We thank you that your spirit dwells all over the world through the presence of this live stream. So we thank you for just allowing us to immerse yourself in your spirit here, that it dwells with us. We thank you for victory all over the world. I know sometimes we may think that this is a little project here, but Lord, the work that you're doing is magnificent. It's one of the best projects, one of the biggest works any of us could witness. So we thank you for it, Lord. We thank you for doing your work in here. We thank you for just working in the hearts and in the minds of everyone in attendance, Lord. And I just pray a blessing over them here today as they move in and out of this live stream, not only in their trading, Lord, but in their life, Lord, in their finances, in their marriage, in their relationships, Lord. I just pray full blessings on every single person here, Lord. Touch them, Lord. Touch them right here, right now, in this instant, in this moment, as we're all gathered to here together, Lord. We thank you. We know that when two or more are gathered in your name, that you're there. So we thank you for being here. We give you all the glory for what you've done, what you continue to do, and what you'll show us in the future. So we thank you for it, and we just give you all the glory here publicly in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. Jesus said, you'll do greater things than I will do, man. And it's like, you didn't realize what he was talking about then, but Jesus didn't have the internet as far as we know. Jesus wasn't able to impact so many lives all around the world in such a short period of time, and that's why he spoke those things to us, right? So here we are, over 2,000 years later, and we're worldwide now, baby. So that's the coolest part about this thing. But anyway, let's jump into it. I don't think there's any positions popping off right this moment, so let's make some moves, right? Let me get these drawing tools up. Wait, where's my tools at here? There we go. Let me just lower the music, and I think we'll be good here. Yeah, we good. Yeah, I think the music should be good. You guys ready for a breakdown? You guys ready to pay attention? If you're doing something right now, I'm gonna just give you a couple seconds to lock in. Let's lock in here. We good? We all good? All right, let's run it. So let's just talk real quick about today, and this is obviously Tuesday. So let's talk about the week real quick because we got it's a big Fed week, man. So there's gonna be talks going on all over the place here. You got Powell speaking twice this week. We already know. We're not gonna jump too deep into the actual the whole week. We did that yesterday, but we know we have a lot of chatter coming from the Fed this week, right? So really got to dial in on the technicals, make sure we're on point, and moving along with the right directions and stuff like that. So let's open up the charts here. Let's give the stream a like real quick and a sub, and then let's break this down here. So this is going to be gold. This is the daily time frame here, and yeah, I mean, this is our daily candle. So we have not come up to make that top wick as I was anticipating in Asian session. We have just been pushing, right? So the daily time frame is obviously a little confusing, I would say, right? Because you have a lot of support sitting here. You have resistance here. And I know this current candle is way down here right now, but we've never had an actual closure outside of the range, right? So technically, even though this candle's here, price action is still in this range, right? At any point, this candle can come back up and close back in that range, just like 1, 2, 3 of the candles to the left-hand side did. So I know it seems like we're, can never turn around here, but we are beginning to tap into these ranges now, these support levels here. We have been known to push out of them, right? Push out of them, push out of them, push out of them. So we're back here, right? We're back in that same zone now. So we want to see, the big question is has the daily tap target or is it on its way? And in my opinion, if this candle started here and starts moving, the target would be right around these zones here. So I think we can say that this daily candle has tapped its target. That doesn't mean it cannot keep going down, but there's a high chance now that as we run into this range here, we begin to get some, again, rejections out. Look at all the rejections out of this range time and time again, and maybe we get that here, especially with no top wick on that current daily candle. Okay, so I am bearish, but I'm very open to taking buys here in the New York session as price comes into this targeted area. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour candle is closing with no bottom wick. So okay, so if we believe that, if we have reasons to believe that the daily candle could be hitting target and could be in position to move back up now, plus we also have no top wick, now the 4 hour candle closure is going to support that idea, right? Because this 4 hour candle closed with very little to no bottom wick. So what do we know about candles that close with no bottom wick, right? Very low chance we continue down, especially after a huge push like this, right? So okay, if the daily candle or if this gold does want to move down, right, there's most likely going to be a bit of a pullback now on the 4 hour candle, right, before we keep going. So where can that pullback go to? I don't know, maybe around these zones here, right? Maybe even higher. This is our daily high here, so maybe we can come back up and push back into that zone there. So that's going to take some time to find out, but I would say we are calling for a bit of a pullback here at this point on the 4 hour chart. So let's go see what the 1 hour looks like. 1 hour is chopping around here. So we do have, yeah, NY open 2 minutes ago. You have a support right here. You have a resistance right here. And this is the game here today, right? This is literally the game. Currently, price is extremely confused. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Does it want to keep moving bearish? It's running into these ranges now, right? So that's kind of what's happening. So I'm going to move this support down a little bit, and I'm going to use that as a bit of an observation zone and probably let the sells go here today. Yeah, because I really don't, I don't understand the sells that much, right? It just doesn't. There's a lot of support here. It's very tricky. It's very confusing. The daily time frame has already tapped the target. It has no top wick on it. The 4 hour close with no bottom wick. We're right at major support. I really don't like the sells, you know? So if price wants to bleed off here today, I think I'd probably have to let that go, right? Unless we kind of start marching our way back up into this zone here, and then maybe we can, you know, create a little range and then sell off from there. But other than that, the sells do not interest me that much here at this point. You have a major support sitting here. We also are going to mark this one off right there, and that's pretty much the game here for me today. So even if we go down to the 30-minute, it's the same range. 15-minute, pretty much same exact range. I think the 30-minute keeps us safe in uncertain markets, and I'll probably stick to these ranges right here. So I know it's a pretty big range, but it doesn't make that much sense to take trades in this range right now. It really just doesn't. So unless certain things like kind of play out a little bit better, like potential buys off of like a support here or something like this, right, then I really do not like trading in this zone here. But maybe if we can get the buys from down here, I think it looks pretty good. Other than that, it's very choppy. I'm good. No closures, no sells on any closures for me or anything like that. The only way I take my sells, is if we either take them from up here, right, or up here. And I'm getting pretty G with the market right now because it's not working with me, right? The deals that I want the last 24 hours are not working. So the market's pissing me off a little bit, right? As if you think about if you were in a little bit of a negotiation, right? And I'm like, nah, that's it. I'm either getting what I want or I'm not participating here today. So we'll see what's going to happen, right? We'll see what's going to happen. So far, price action's been a little sketchy, little sketchy in terms of like some of the plays. And now we got to sit and wait for the highest probability setup because we're not going to take any deal less than what we're looking for. All right. So that's it. That's my day here. Most likely the buys are going to be valid. If we begin to move up towards 67, 68, I think that's going to be a great move here today. So very, very clean buys above 43 that I would look for. And then this is most likely going to be a no trade range. The only way I trade this range is if we, number one, take buys from the bottom, right? Or we take sells from the top. That's it. This is no bueno mid-range stuff for me. I don't like this range at all, and I'll have to sit tight and wait. Cool? Good, good, good. So that's it. That's it. I am not mad, I promise you. I'm just a tough negotiator. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to be tough on the markets here today. I'm not going to just take what they want to give me. I'm just going to, or take what is presented. I'm going to wait there for my perfect deal, and then I will execute. So that's the game. And that's what I'm waiting for. Yep. That's the deal. That's the deal. Yeah, I took one L in one loss in London. No, not Asian, London. Yeah, right right here. Small loss, but basically I had so this trade here, as we created this support right here. Let me just block some of this out. Boom, boom, boom. But it's not just this. It's not just this trade that kind of gets me a little, right? It's like I'm watching. You know what I mean? I'm watching, and I'm watching highs break and then go back down to break the lows, even when I'm not participating. Couple moves in Asian last night did it. Couple moves in London did it, right? And pre-New York did it a little bit. So I've just been watching and kind of stalking over the last 24 hours, and I just don't like gold's attitude. So yeah, we got to wait for the right opportunity here. So yeah, this is my trade. So this is my trade here. Entry was at the break of the current candle highs, and the idea was for price to potentially move up off of that support right there on the 1 hour time frame. So we made a low, we came up, we break the highs. I really should have listened to my original thought, which my original thought was wait for that 4 hour high to break to enter. But, it was about a 25 pip difference, and decided to enter down here. And at the time, I just thought it could have made a little bit, it could have worked, right? But I guess I should have stuck with my original idea, which was wait for the 4 hour break, which was up here at this yellow line, and then move up with price. But and the 4 hour never did break, so I probably could have avoided that loss. Yeah, had I used the original entry. But other than that, the trade was fine. It was a 1 hour onion. I thought it was good. We broke the highs. We just came down, and like I said, this range here is not playing nice. It's not playing nice here today. But other than that, pretty healthy loss. Outside of maybe I should have stuck with that 4 hour there. But other than that, I thought it was a good trade. I thought it was solid. Asian, no bueno. I didn't take any trades in Asian. Again, I didn't like the price action that much, and it seemed like we just kept waiting on another candle and waiting. Like, we don't really like that one. I think there was one decent move in Asian, and it was basically a celery play. Yeah, this one right here. So it was this one here on the move down. The only issue is I was working this range like this. I had these ranges going, so I wasn't really interested in the middle there. But that was probably the only play that was worthy of a trade there in Asian. Everything else just chippy choppy. Even when you got above, notice how even when you got above here, you got nothing. Closure above, you did get that one pop there, but that was pretty much it. Let me leave that. Boom. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Let me get rid of some of these. Let me just redo this. All right. So for me, basically, we got support here, right? I like the buys at that support. If we can't get the buys at that support, then 43 looks basically the best. Yeah. So yeah, the range above there is super clean. Yeah, more than enough. More than enough. All right, cool. Sweet. Took that L in London too. Yeah, I thought it was a good trade. Yeah, it was good. Again, the market's bearish. The thing is, it's so bearish, but it's at these supports, which is making it tough. Same thing yesterday, right? You're so bearish, but you're at supports, and then bam, price just keeps ripping down. Let's see here. Took the same trade, but didn't like it too much. Ended up deleting. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I only went one lot on it, so yeah, it was a little 40 pip stop. It is what it is. You gotta accept the losses, you know, and you just gotta think, hey, what could I have done better? And again, the only thing I think was better was just the 4-hour highs, but again, that's a 20-25 pip difference in entry right there. So I don't even want to put that on me like, oh yeah, you should have stayed out and used it, because you know, I don't truly feel like that. I mean, I think that was a better entry, right? We never broke that high, you know, so it proves that it was the better place to try and get in at. But you know, hindsight's 20/20, right? Why don't I like sells below the break of oh, just because it's so choppy down here. I mean, yeah. Oh, this you mean below here, 32, or below the 4-hour lows? Yeah, below here. Yeah, I just don't like the sells that much. I mean, we've been moving down. Daily's hitting target. There's no top wick on the candle. Yeah, it's not to say that they won't move down. It's just that I probably won't participate in the move down. Yeah, we would have to at least get some new resistance and all that too, if we are going to head down in this range, because the range is okay. It's about, you know, it's a clean range, so it's something that we could look into, but I can't do it unless we get a resistance formed. So that's going to be a little tough. Right, so we need something like that where you pop and then form resistance, right, and then maybe take the sells coming down. Asian, there was no setup. London was the one that I that I just talked about. The 1 hour, the buy here. Waited for range 2. Yes, could have waited for range 2 there as well. Yep. So that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like when you're in these areas now, it's very difficult when price doesn't know what decision it wants to make. So again, you're so bearish. You're almost too bearish to buy, too bearish to sell. Does that make sense? Like you're so bearish that you don't want to take a buy, but you've been moving bearish for so long, you don't even want to pull the trigger on a sell there, right? Because in a way, it's overextended, right, as we would say. So yeah, you're in a tough spot here on gold. I mean, you know, sure, we can press the sell button, you know, and probably make some money, but that's not duplicatable, right? So we got to make sure we're duplicatable. Like if this candle comes back up and kind of closes like inverted celery with like a little, you know, like an exhaustion wick, then I'd probably take a buy to move back up. But the buys would have to be from, you know, down somewhere down here today. It's almost like buys above 43 and buys above 32. What up, Traders X? Yeah, the candle. Yeah, I seen John you guys took the sells here, right? In pre-New York? Yeah, they're working out very well here. They're working out very well. Who stayed in the trade? Anyone? Oh, awareness? Let's see. Nice, nice. Yeah, pushing down. $15. Oh wow, you have a top wick here. MGC. All right, well that's the 15 closure. 30 is still open, so if you get an inverted seller here on gold, I mean that's a high probability setup right there. So if this candle can pull all the way back, close bearish back above, I might be interested in, you know, the longs here. Right, by the time you do close above, you know, you potentially get that bigger move. Can I share a chart to review? Yes, of course. You can share it if you're not in our Discord. Go to charts for stream and post it in there. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. Sheesh, thought we had to handle some. What happened? Hey, yo, my bad, my bad. Thought we had to handle some business here, man. Sound like someone was breaking into my house. Yeah, I didn't realize. My wife didn't tell me it was like people coming to work here today. Holy! The headphones are on too, so I was like, whoa, wait, what's going on right now? Sheesh. Almost DJ Scratches. Almost. Oh, snap. Can't be doing that, man. When I got headphones on like that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, charts for stream. Let's take a look. Literally, Josh, I got it right here. Oh, man. Charts for stream. Charts for stream. Let's take a look. All right. If you guys have any trades that you want us to review or anything like that, you can come over to Charts for Stream here in the Discord and post whatever charts you like. Let's take a look at this one here. It's the first one on the board. So took it on bullish weak candle, break of the low, got stopped out. Liquidity then continued down. Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah. I mean, it's a good trade. It's a good trade. I mean, at the end of the day, like maybe you could have waited for a candle to close in your favor instead of taking like the impulse. But I mean, I still like that trade. Yeah, I still like that trade. So nothing you can do there, man. Trying to follow direction, and if price wants to just be a little naughty and pop up there and mess around with you. So yeah, I think that was a good trade. Probably take that one again. Hey Nick, these are my 2 trades for the day. I'd like your thoughts on them. My pleasure. So you got a buy here. Yeah, that looks good. Inverted celery. That's kind of what we're waiting on maybe here for gold. Is a nice rejection to the downside, a closure above that 32 zone, and then maybe a pop up to the top up here to 43. So that looks good, and that looks basically the same. So yeah, those would be what I would call inverted celery plays. So those look like 2 good playbook positions. Let's take a look at this one here, SimZ. So entry at the break of the highs. Okay, yeah, I think this is very similar. 15-minute onion, TP up here. Perfect. Legit perfect. Like legit. So this is how I would have done it. I would have done partials here at that wick fill. Right at that. Oh, let me make it like this. So partials here and then full TP here. So I like it. Looks great. Yeah. Perfect. You're just a savage though, and you just go for the full TP there. How you doing? I like it. I like it. All right, good trade, bro. Good trade. Let's take a look here at this 4-hour bias. Okay, it was bearish or target. I'm not sure what this is, but Can I review this trade? Yes, of course. So 15-minute onion, 4-hour bearish, 15-minute created a top wick, entered on the flip. Idea was to fill the 4-hour wick, which is to tap down into the lows. Yeah, it looks great, especially if you hung tight and didn't get in like first. Like this is probably like a lot of people probably got in here. So I like that trade there, but yeah, you most likely, if you had stopped sitting here, you get stopped out there. So just so you know, if you're not in any sells yet and you see that, you know, that next candle closure a lot of times is going to be, you know, I mean the next candle that opens is going to be the pusher. So, you know, see how we kind of started just driving down there with no wick, because the wick, the liquidity was already grabbed and it started driving from there. So, but yeah, I like it. I'm not exactly sure where you entered, but it looks like it was somewhere around, I don't know if it was here or here, but yeah, overall idea and direction looks good to me. Hey Nick, thoughts on this trade? Thought it was good, but I can get your opinion, of course. So let's take a look. Yeah, I think this was the trade, right? So I think this candle ended up being the liquidity grab, basically wicked up and then just started coming back down here. So I think this trade was fantastic. Nothing you could have done better there. If I was at the desk, I would have 100% been in that trade. Especially see how this candle here broke the you see how that candle there broke the lows of that candle, right? That's a really good sign. And then that candle closes strong bearish, you know. So you got to take a sell there, right? You got a 4-hour bearish, you got daily pushing down hard, 15-minute close bearish, 30-minute resistance has been tapped. So yeah, that's a great sell right there. Yeah, good job. Trade 2 details. Let's go back to trade 2. Trade 2. Send me trade 2 so I'm not confused here. So just send them all together. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Let's see here. So how much time do we got? 7 minutes. All right, 8 more minutes here, gang. 8 more minutes. We'll be good. We'll be good. Just 8 minutes. All right, so missed this position in Asian. Need some clarity on it. Didn't notice. Okay, so let me see here. Daily bear, 4-hour bear, 1-hour bear, 30-minute bear, 15 bullish. Didn't notice this, but the 4-hour closed at little to no bottom wick. 4-hour was also in a long bearish trend. Previous 4-hour candle, kind of like we are now. Buys off support after tapping target on the 15 time frame. Question is, in this situation, is it okay not to wait for the range 1, range 2? What are your thoughts on the read and trade? Okay, so let me just see the trade. So send the trade in for me. Send the trade in. Sometimes the 15 closure is going to be sketch, you know, so sometimes I will wait for the 30. I was kind of explaining this to somebody in I think it was an Asian session last night or one of the sessions, I forget, but pretty much like what determines whether or not I'm waiting for range 1 or 2 is, let's say we get this here, right? This breakout, and we're very close to this zone. This is where I'll take those buys, right? I'm going to take these buys here. But let's say we don't take those buys because the candle doesn't close like that. So let's say now this candle, instead of closing like that, right, where we could take buys off the next one, like that example I just showed you, let's say that this same candle closes like this. Right, so now you got a closure that's totally different from that last one, and this is where you want to wait for a fresh breakout. And when I say fresh breakout, I mean like let another bearish candle close, right? Let some sort of bullish candle break out of the zone, and then you can step in to take buys from there. So unfortunately, you know, you could want this price all you want, right? But if the candle doesn't give you the closure that you need, then you're forced to probably wait for an entry much higher up here. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to settle. It's one or the other. It's either you get a good move here or you wait for a good move there. You don't want to middle range these type of trades. Otherwise, you know, that can get, you know, dangerous there. So, and then sometimes you don't even get that, right? So sometimes you don't even, you won't get this candle here, right? You'll just get the push up. And at that point, you have to make a decision whether or not it's too overextended or not. And if it's a little too overextended for you, then it's very simple. You just make sure price remains above that zone that you're now on, and then wait for support and take the buys then, right? So it's a waiting game, right? And then you take these buys here. So unfortunately, there's going to be days where like you really know price is going to move up from here, right? But you just can't get a closure. You can't get in, and then this is going to happen, right? And then you're like, I don't want to take the buy there, right? So now you got to wait for the next best setup. And I mean, again, the biggest thing that traders don't like to do is wait. Meanwhile, it's the one thing that pays them big. So fall in love with the waiting, you know. I mean, it is what it is at times. Like you can know the direction all you want, but that doesn't mean you could press the button, right? Until like the actual duplicatable high probability setups present themselves and they open that door for you. So yeah, it's just all different. Yes sir, you're welcome, Preston. Sandman in the building, let's go. W. By the way, in the clubhouse, the new like PDF playbook position do's and don'ts. We're gonna also have best entries, best stop losses. So we're gonna show examples of when it's best to have a current candle stop, when it's best to have a previous candle stop, when it's best to have a current candle entry versus a previous candle entry versus a flip, anything like that. So that way you guys have that in that PDF section there, and we're probably gonna get that out to you by like the end of the week. Yeah, very important stuff, very important. You sent the second trade in the bottom? All right, brother. All right, thank you. Keeping my workload light. All right, let's see here. So honestly, I forgot the details. I forgot the deets. Hold on, let me just skim through it real quick. The question was, in this situation, can we wait for buys, range 1, range 2. All right, so yeah, so I think, so what I just explained to you, this works well because you see how where you got your entry from? You got your entry from here, right? The last thing you want to do is if you do not want to take your entry here, right? So that's the entry. This kind of very similar to London too. You had a really nice move pop up at 345, which for some reason wasn't really paying attention to that move. And then then the move happened, and then this is where we kind of entered our buys. But we had a 1 hour closure on our side, right? But this trade also lost. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you can get the entry from here, okay, take that trade. But if you can't and the candle closes like, let's say up here, don't try and take those buys. Now you need to wait for a little retest and a closure above, and then there'll be more buys available at that point. Cool. Does that make sense? So it should make sense based off of those examples I drew out, and then yeah, you got a good entry there. Good stuff, good stuff. What up, Ayush? What's goody? What's goody? Is forex worth it? What is it? Is forex worth what? All right, let's take a look here while we wait. 41 seconds, so nothing for me there. Let's see here. So we got strong closure below support. Okay. Wick to be filled. Yep. 3 entry placed at the break of the lows. Stop losses are going to be the current candle. Okay. Right above the range. Pre-London. Solid 80 pip move. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Yeah. So a little like, and I hate to like beat the overextended thing. It's a little overextended, but other than that, great move here. And look, I used to take a lot of these trades, but I realized like the probability of them over like the longer period of time doesn't quite work as good. Like if you guys go back to our live streams from like 2023 and all that, you'll see us take these sells all day, and they would work a lot, but it was, you know, kind of more like a 50-50 when we look back at it. So yeah, a good move, very nice move, beautiful wick to fill. Pre-London volume, it ended up doing the trick there. So yeah, nice trade. All right, let's see here. So we got Traders X in the house. I missed these elite calls that we did, and you had them all set up like this, and you had the news all there, man. Man, Traders X, hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and see gold, 15-minute time frame, full risk. London session, session bias is bullish. Daily is going to be bear. 4-hour bias. Okay, cool. So buys were taken. Let me see here. 4-hour had tap target. By the way, guys, if you're looking for a great example on how to journal your trades, this right here is money. Money. This is perfect. Very, very straightforward, simple, easy to review. All right, let me, I think there's another picture here, right, bro? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's take a look at this one. So, okay, cool. Yeah, worked out well. So, again, breakout, $92, 32 pips at partials, 56 pips full, static risk. Yeah, nice job, man. Yeah, lovely trade. Lovely. Break of the current high. Yeah, it all looks good. Price came back down. Tapped the rest out. Did you close full? I can't tell. I think you closed full, right? 56? Yeah, look at that. Sniper exit. Oh, sniper exit for Traders X. Let's go. That's what we teach in the elite program, bro. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. We got one more. All right, yeah, I think this is the same trade. So, boom, boom, break of the highs. Breakout, looks super clean. TP1, full target up here. Very nice. So let's see this one. Daily bull, 4-hour bull, 1-hour bull, 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 perfect. Once price tapped TP1, I would have gone break even. Let it run, okay. Okay, cool. Re-entered the 60. Later decided to wait on the 30. Okay, I like it. I like it. Way to give it another shot. Based on the trade outcome, is there anything I could have done differently or better? Nah, this entry looks great. This entry looks really good here. Yeah, it looks clean. So yeah, I would have took my first, TP here and then just let it run. So this was good. You never had a wick come back down. It's those are the positions you want to be in, right? Where price just starts taking off and no bottom wicks and just keeps running. I thought I had one more thing to say about this trade, but it's slipping my mind here. But yeah, good trade. Good playbook trade. Fill the range, and that typically will get it done. I love, oh yeah, this is what I did want to say. So you seen how he wrote bullish, 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 bullish. So when all the time frames are heating up like that, this is when you want to let a trade run, right? So daily was bullish, 4-hour bullish, 1-hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, everything bullish. This is typically when, if you're getting this trade right here, this resistance will not stop it, right? It's most likely going to keep driving up to make those bigger, higher time frame moves. And as long as the lower time frame is all in agreement and confluence with it, that's typically when you're going to get your big runs. So yeah, great job at recognizing that and only taking partials here and then just letting this thing go, because all time frames were in your favor and that was the right thing to do. Good job. Yes, I think that was what I wanted to point out. All right, so we're just trucking down here with no wicks, nothing. So what's up, Green? How are you, G? How we feeling? Looking forward to seeing you in, 2 weeks? TT meetup, Tampa meetup in 2 weeks. Holy moly. Friday trade on NQ. We took it in the clubhouse, got another W. Yeah, let's go to that. What trade was that? Friday the 24th. No, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong month here. Friday. Oh, right here, the NQ short. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we got stopped on that little celery play. This one was more of another impulse entry to move down. So I didn't really get it in the at the right time for the screenshot to really make sense. But this was, so basically it was a fade position where you had a low here, right? And you look at price kind of trying to push down here, right? And then you had these random bullish candles moving up. This is where we got stopped out on the celery. Remember that? and then price moves up, and then this was more like a fade position where you had price trucking up, rejecting. We made a low here, kind of like yesterday's New York session trade. We made a low here, we start pushing up, we re-broke the high. Remember, the high was sitting like right here, and broke the previous candle high, right? And then came down, and then that's where I got tapped in, and then that was my break-even point. So yeah, it was another like I would say like a little bit more complex type of trade. But yeah, it was very, very similar to yesterday's trade that was taken on the live stream. Yeah, I really wanted the shorts there on NQ that day, and that, remember the celery here that we took? That looked amazing. How many times did we see this play out where this candle here drives down and just fills that wick on NQ, right? Something like this. So that was the idea for the celery play. But, you know, we kept tight stops on that, and they got hit. So that didn't work out. But later on, it just kind of made it, kind of this re-broke the low and just started driving down. I closed there and then went a little bit more, but came back up. Next candle was the driver, though. So, yeah, I was basically expecting this candle here on the candle that I took the trade on. This candle here. So NQ. Speaking of NQ, let's go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ here today. Oh, nice. Yeah, this might even be better than gold here today. Let's get rid of all the drawings. Let's take a look here. So daily bullish, just a mess, man. Just a mess here on the daily. Look at this, all this chop here. So very, very tough. This candle did not close that pleasantly either. We see here that, like, there's no closure yet, right? So no bottom wick. We could reject at any point. It's very similar to what we see on gold right now, only in the opposite direction. The 4 hour might be calling for a pullback, just maybe, right? 1 hour is chopping around. I like sells here. Sells look pretty good below 2222227, whatever that is, 22227, and buys. Yeah, 4 hour highs are sitting there. Yeah, I would say buys are pretty clean above here if we're moving along with technicals here. So we'll see what's going to happen. You got a support that's formed here. This is your 4 hour candle, potentially going to break the highs there. So I'm in, you know what I mean? If we start breaking those highs, I like this move up to fill that wick, fill that range, and that'll basically be the move. It's a bit choppy here in the 30, which is not the best, but 1 hour, 4 hour, 15 all look pretty good. Yeah, so maybe 9:15, 9:30. We'd take a look at NQ again. Gold just melting. This is good. This is good, green. This is good. All right, we working here. We working. Green, how we feeling, brother? You doing good today? Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. I'm excited to have you here at the house, have you in Tampa. Excited. By the way, if you guys are elite members, or if you are previous elite members and you want to come to the elite dinner that we're doing in Tampa on July 4th, then you have to send me a message as soon as possible. Like now type stuff. Send me a message on Discord. If you sent me a message and I already responded to you, you're good to go. If I have not responded to your message yet, then please message me again, especially if you plan on coming to the dinner, okay? TT meetup will be the 5th and the 6th this year. Looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome time. Gonna be an awesome time. Damn. Let's see here. Most of my trades recently hit stops and then moved to TP. That's what I mean. It's a little uncertainty in the markets. You got like you know, all the Fed talk and whatnot happening. So yeah, gets a little tricky, right? So you got to kind of know when you're kind of tiptoeing in this type of market condition or environment, and then you just, you know, adjust and act accordingly. That's all. That's why last night I went, you know, normally I'm willing to risk about $1,000 per trade, right? But you know, last night I just risked like $400 because I understand what type of condition the market is, and I don't want to use my full set of loss. So instead I risk like half or a third of it. Sometimes you do everything, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's part of the growing process. You know what I mean? Sometimes you think you're doing everything right, but if a mentor looked at it, they would tell you otherwise too. So that's the power of really like having someone else review your trades. That's why the elite members they pick up the pace. You know, they come in and they, you know, act a certain way or think of things a certain way, and then I give them feedback. It's not that my feedback is like golden. It's just the fact that my feedback has zero emotional attachment to their situation, right? So I could just tell them how it is and what it is, and then they can make those adjustments. So really take advantage of like charts for stream, you know, things like that. I mean, we'll review your trades here, right? We don't have a problem with that. We just reviewed a couple. Get your questions answered, because you might think that you're doing everything right, but little do you know, if a pro stepped in and looked at your performance, you know, he'll probably pick out a few things, right? Just like if you guys are in decent shape and you go to the gym, you work out every day, but then you work out with this trainer one day, and he goes, nah, bro, look. He goes, arch your back when you do that, or lift up your shoulders here, or don't go that low, only go, yeah, now you feel it, right? You ever did that at the gym? It's the same thing in anything, man. Same thing in trading too. You may think that you're doing everything right, but then that trainer comes and he's like, nah, man, you don't have to lift your arms that heavy. You're not working that muscle anymore. It's right here, right? That's all it is. So yeah, it's good to get some mentorship and some eyes on your trades. Sticking to 1 or 2 trades a day, yeah, I would recommend it. I would definitely recommend that. I mean, that's what I do. I stick to 1, 2 trades a day. Usually, like, I'm anywhere between 1 and 3. Let's see, this month. Let's just take a look at this month for an example. So 3 trades, 1 trade, 2 trades, 2 trades. That was week 1. 3 trades, 1 trade, 3 trades, 3 trades. Week 2. 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, 3 trades, 3, and then 1 and 2. So yeah, I mean, 1 to 3 trades has and will continue to be my sweet spot. Always over trading and over risking. Yeah, you know, it's just a matter of like dialing that back. You know, you may be a very ambitious person, and I admire that, but that the market doesn't admire it. You know, the market admires patience and discipline and, you know, really being a bit of a hard ass. You know what I mean? It's like, nope, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. Okay, that looks familiar. I'm taking that, right? And then just walking away with the outcome. Let's see here. Yes, so okay, yeah, by the way, top one, 55% off again today on the Elite Challenge accounts and on the Pro accounts. The straight to sim accounts are 30% off, I believe. So 30% on the straight to sim, 55% on the Pro and the Elite Challenges. Yeah, they just told me about it. Yes. You're welcome. You're welcome. Overtrading so bad. I remember I used to take 15 or more trades a day. Yeah, me too. Me too, man. It was tough. It was tough. Yep. Get gold away. Yeah, it would be nice. I love to see gold just move from the all-time highs. You know what I mean? I never mind seeing gold push down. Ever. Ever. Because that just gives us all clean range and clean moves to come back up later. We need a nice push too, like create a lot of clean range. All right, let's see. Yeah, stay away from the over trading. I could have easily over traded like London last night and just traded till New York. You know what I mean? Just took a bunch of trades. Very rarely did I ever end up on top when it comes to over trading. Very, very rarely. But the days that you do, it's just enough to keep you in. Oh, no, you got to use code TTE. TTE will give you the same discount. TTE, man. What's it called? I'm getting that mentor soon. Yeah, you should. You should. Whether it's me or not me, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's just find someone who has what you're looking for in life, the results that you want, and then, you know, pick their brain, right? Ask them, hey, what can I do better? Can you look at this? This is what I was thinking, right? It's more than just, that's why the elite members do so well, is because it's not just technicals. Like DeMarco, how often do we talk about technicals on our elite calls? Right? It's not always about trading. To get better at trading, it doesn't necessarily require just getting good at understanding the markets and the technicals. Like trading, you have to get good at understanding you, right? Understanding, because you're the ones behind making all the decisions, right? So the trading, you can know the technicals all you want, but that doesn't mean you're not going to make certain decisions, right? So it's all about mastering you and self-regulation and understanding how to treat this thing like a business, right? And that way it can pay you like one. Yeah, so a lot of times it's more so things that like your thought process, your way of thinking is more than anything here in this game. The technicals, like we have such an easy system. Like I made the course so that way, like maybe next year I could play it for Alea, and Alea will understand it, right? I mean the technicals are so simple. It's just now the timing, the pressure, right? Do I take a trade now? Do I wait, right? Now it's all about really the decision making, right? It's one thing to be aware of what the technicals do, but now you have to really become a great decision maker and a really good person who can hold himself, you know, accountable and regulate self. How many times did it take to make that decision from the moment you started? Too many times, brother. Too many times. And that's why I'm trying to shed the light on you guys. Is like, you know, my mentor would say, Nick, I'm down to do the work. I'm just not down to do more than the work. So what he meant by that was like, I'm down to do whatever it takes, but I'm not down to do any more than that. Right? So what he meant is, he doesn't want to waste time right? Doing the same, making the same mistakes over and over again. Like if he makes the mistake, it's time to learn from it and move forward, right? If he says he's going to do something, he's not going to quit and then later on go gas himself up in the mirror again. All right, we're back at it. I'm going to do it, right? It's like, no, you can say that for 20 years that you're going to get in shape and never get in shape, right? So you're doing more than, you're doing more than you need to. Yeah, so there was so many times where I told myself, all right, I'm not going to overtrade, I'm not going to over risk, and I'm going to stick to this one account. And the very next day, right, I would just, all that would go completely out the window and I'd be in trouble once again. And it was just again and again and again. And like the question that he asked, like how many times, brother, I can't even count them. I can't even count them. And that's why I said too many times, so that's why I come here and try and help out with different perspectives and philosophies and ways to, govern and regulate yourself so you can shorten your learning curve. And maybe if it took me 3 years, maybe it could take you 2 years or 1 year or whatever, something shorter. Sounds like Uncle Ted. Oh man, definitely not Uncle Ted. The uncle. Uncle T. Is it going to last till Friday? Yes. I think it's going to last till next week. Yeah, 55% off all accounts. Straight to sim is 30%. Just use code TTE and it'll lock it in for you. How do you identify between half risk and full risk? Conditions, market environments, things like that. Like today we're not in a great market condition, so probably gonna go lower risk on any trades taken today. Let's say we get above here, right, above 43. These are better market conditions above here, so I'll probably look to go bigger. So it doesn't mean that a certain day, the whole day, the market conditions are, low size conditions. It's really about where the market's trading at. So currently right here, if we do close above and I do take buys, it's going to be a lower risk trade, right? But if we kind of get exactly what we want to see here and eventually we get a closure above and I got all that clean range and the 4 hour looks good, that's when I'll say, hey, these are much better market conditions up here, and I'll go bigger in my size at that point. So the green zone is a better market condition, right? This zone here versus, this zone here. So I'll go much bigger in the green and I'll size down in the orange. Yeah, I think at some point you do get, in your trading, you do get to the point where you kind of mix, it's just a mixture of everything. It's very hard to explain to someone that's not quite there yet to understand this, but anyone who's been trading for X amount of time, has been profitable for X amount of time and doing the same thing, I think you guys could agree with me that there comes a point where it's like you kind of mesh it all together in this very, I don't know, like just a very smooth way. It's hard to explain. It's just basically the definition of experience, right, coming into play. It's kind of like when you're driving a car, like when you're brand new to driving, you get in the car and you do everything at one time, right? Like, okay, seatbelt, check. Mirrors, check, right? I got to put it in reverse, but hold on, I got to put my foot on the brake first. Okay, brake, now reverse, now off brake, now gas. Okay, no, blinker, right? So everything kind of comes in one at a time, right? But then any of y'all who have been driving for, more than, a year or two at this point, now I bet you guys jump into your car. You don't even look at the mirrors. You don't even think about anything. You just pop up at your destination. You don't even know how you got there, right? Things become like on autopilot, right? Because you've done it so many times. You have so much experience, right? That now it's just fluent. Everything works very fluently, right? So that's the way trading is, and that's the point that you'll get to. And really, that's the point where I want to see everyone get to, because you know, that's where you really become profitable. But that doesn't happen unless you're like consistently doing one thing over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like you got to consistently get in that car, take the ride over and over again for it to be, you know, on autopilot in the subconscious. True. Normally take 2 trades per day, 2 to 3% risk. First 2 trades, 6% up. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Man, yeah, I haven't really risked by percentage in a while. It's been a minute since I've done like percentage risk. I think this year mainly I've just been doing dollar amount. Does the 5-minute rule for top one? Not for top one futures. If you're trading top one trader, which is like the forex side of it, they have a 5-minute rule. So if that's why I don't really recommend that one with that rule. But if you're trading top one futures, then no, there's no like 5-minute rule or any of that. And that one that's what I'm using here, and it's straight money. Shmoney. Oh yeah, there's a 10-second rule. 10-second rule. So if you're in and out of a bunch of trades within 10 seconds, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" So yeah, but if you're in and out of trades in 10 seconds, then you're not following this playbook anyway. Oh, they got rid of the 5-minute rule. Oh, no way. On forex? Oh my God, no way. About dang time. Man, I fought on that in every meeting. Every meeting. I say, y'all got to get rid of this. This is by far the stupidest rule ever. "10-second starts to be classified." Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, it's really just for protection purposes only, because you'd be shocked at like how many people can exploit these prop firms. Exploit them. Yeah, I love top one futures. I haven't really, obviously I love everyone from top one, Matt, Clay, Bryson, all the guys, Todd and all them over there, but I will not trade their forex anymore. I'll just trade their futures. Great people over there at top one though. I'm very happy that they decided to jump into futures. I think it was a good move for them, and I'm so happy that they were able to partner up with Project X and all that. Super cool. Alright, well, we'll see what Price wants to do here. We're in the observation zone, so we're in the zone. What up, Sparrow? I got a top one forex account. Beautiful, beautiful. Binary options? Yo, don't remind me. Who's ever traded binary options? Anyone? Holy, that was crazy. Counts as a violation. Yeah, I think it counts as like a soft breach, maybe? Soft breach. Thanks for fighting the corner. Oh, always, always. Started my vision board last night. Found out my vision was cloudy. Yeah, most of our visions are very cloudy. We don't realize that. We don't realize that. Most people never consciously give the vision any thought. Meanwhile, I give vision thought all the time. You know, and all the successful people I know, they give vision thought all the time. We're the daydreamers, you know? The daydreamers. There was a reason you got in trouble in school for daydreaming, aka for thinking. They don't want to see us thinking. Binary, yeah, man, that was also my first introduction to trading as well. Binary options, man. Yeah, it was wild. Yo, that was nuts. So what'd you guys do? Like 1 minute trades, right? I did like 1 minute trades, like 2 minute trades, and then like let's say the trade wasn't gonna be in profit by the timer. Bro, I would roll over. It was bad. It was bad. Basically, when you roll over, you extend the time. So the way it works is like there's a line, right? And you have to stay above it. So let's say you enter on that line and you enter a buy, right? So, and you enter a 1 minute trade. So you enter a 1 minute trade. So here's what price does. It goes crazy. So let's say you buy here. Now the only deal is all you have to do, this can go up and down, but by the time it gets over here and crosses that line, it needs to be above the orange zone. So bro, it got crazy. All of a sudden you would be like coming in, and like you'd be above, and then it just be like shink right down, boom, right back up. Who remembers that? Oh my god. And let's say you were like down and you needed it to be up, what you could do is you can hit rollover. So the timer was ticking, you can push this back and you roll over, and now it has to be as long as it's above the orange line by here, then it's good to go. So it was crazy, man. The only thing is if it rolls over, if you were risking 200, now it's like 400. So man, it was sketchy. It was sketchy. Not gonna lie, me and my brother Joe made thousands of dollars doing that, but we never pulled it out. We lost it all. It was wild. It was wild. Oh man. Yeah, the good part is it was like it was fixed loss too. And then they would scam you and they'd be like, yo, we'll give you a, what was it, like a 50% like match or something on the deposit. And then yeah, it was wild. And then now if you were in profits, you couldn't take your profits unless you had more than what they gave you as the loan. It was crazy. It was. Damn, I didn't even look in the clubhouse yet today. Is John here? I think John was finishing up his workout. Yeah. Charts for stream? Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, let's see here. So we got price has been very strong bearish rally since yesterday. The market fell 2% a day. Drops. Okay, after a big rejection wick on the 15 with the closure above 33.22. Decent wick to the downside, respect the 15 lows. Took the buy, break of the highs, secured 30 pips and dipped because it was bearish. Yep, counter trend trade. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, this was earlier. See what I mean? Like, you got to take the trade from low if you're going to do it on those counter trend. Like, this closure here is too late now. It's too late now, right, to take this buy because now you got all this crap right in front of you. So, yeah, you got to find an impulse. I'm assuming that was like maybe an inverted celery or something like that. Yeah. Oh, smart man. Look at him. He's taking the TT trading course. Good man. Good man. Let's take a look at this one. What do we got here? So 1 hour 30:15 close strong above this area, as well as a 15-minute candle. Okay, 4 hour was also in strong support. In addition to it, had small to no top wick. Yep, I remember that. There was also a clean range in order to fill the range. Yep. Put stop loss below the current candle lows. Okay. It was volume time. My only doubt was strong bear. Yeah, basically. So what you could have done a little bit better here was laid off on the buys, so you don't take these buys at all here, right? And you let a resistance form. So now that you have a resistance that forms up here, now you wait. So you see how the supports form. So you kind of now begin to say, okay, I'll take buys above, sells below. So if you would have done that, you would have never gotten activated, or you would have never gotten a trade, a long position off here, and you would have had a better shot at reading the direction. Now, I wouldn't have entered on that candle because there's no wick, but notice how once we broke out of the range, we pushed down there. So yeah, so again, everything was strong bearish. You were fighting the trend, and see how this one is very different from the other trade that we just seen. Look at this entry. So like we can call that a little bit late, right? Late entry on a counter trend trade. So your counter trend entries got to be like somewhere down here. Otherwise, you might as well just wait for resistance to form, right? And then to push back down. So again, if you could have gotten an entry somewhere down here for buys, like right here, then that probably would have been the best. And this move also tapped me out, and that was the exact mistake that I made, right? I didn't take the 345 buys, which I should have. Instead, I took this buy right here with you, and same thing happened to me. Got stopped out there. The 4-hour high was also sitting right here, and that's probably the best entry, if anything. Otherwise, then you just stay with the bias or stay with the trend, which is down. Yeah, it was tricky. Yeah, the issue here was a nice 1-hour closure, right? That's mainly what got me into that. Nice, strong 1-hour closure there. All right, Goldie, what we doing? I'm laying off these sells. I'm not getting sucked into these sells here. What time is it? 9:07. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's see how this 15-minute candle closes. And again, I mean, if we have a shot to push back to the top of the range, we might be able to do that here in about 7 to 20 minutes or so. What up, Ali? What's goody? What's good? Hey, at least he took a pay. At least he took a withdrawal. Yeah, me and my brother Joe, not John. John was actually still like super young at that point. Me and Joe were just racking it in. We were working with these kids from Minnesota, these dudes out there, and we were trading binary options with them. But they were good traders, but it was just too much going on for me. Hey, just give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Let's see. Yeah, give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. We got some time on this closure. We got 6 minutes for the 15 and 21 minutes for the 30-minute closure here. So 15 closures look pretty decent if we can close strong bullish. If not, we wait on a stronger 30 closure, something that looks like this, right? And then we take our buys at 9:30. All right, when the volume comes in. So give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Gotta put that deuce away too, man. I thought someone was coming up in here, man. I was like, yo. All right. Enough with the awkward silence here. What y'all doing, man? You guys look locked in on Zoom. Locked in. The old cold iron. I'm hard-headed. I've been trying the sells. Yeah, man. Like I said from the jump here, I'm not even interested in the sells at all here today. I mean, I would be if we didn't already move down 1,000 pips. All right, we want to see a strong closure here. Ideally above the range, above 32. $22? No, honestly, I was just joking. That's a which one did I have? Oh yeah, this is the echelon. Yeah, I got it. This is a 9mm echelon. Yeah, I do have a 22. All right, let's see what we can do. We got a closure coming. 30 closure in 16 minutes, 15 closure in 1 minute. So let's see how it goes. Back to the basics. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's nice. I mean, I was talking with DJ Scratches yesterday. We had a great conversation. We're talking a lot about like just slowing down to speed up a little bit, and just, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's literally nothing. So some people, they spin their tires for so long, they never really stop and pay attention to why are my tires spinning, right? And they don't do anything to kind of settle down and, you know, regain traction. So sometimes it's just about going back to the basics, starting from square one, telling your ego to go, you know what, and lowering your size and getting back in the game. You know, I would recommend go down to the lowest size you can for like a week. Start taking all the A+ setups with that super low size, and then you begin to have no feelings, right? Because if you're only trading pennies or dollars, you may not have any feeling in that trade at all, and then now you want to work your way back up to that where you can start increasing the size, but the feeling stays very, you know, composed. So nothing wrong with doing that. You know, I actually recommend that from time to time. If you're struggling a little bit, size down, all the way down. Again, I know your ego doesn't want to hear that. I know your you know, your process doesn't. Oh well, Nick, I'm really trying to get to this goal by here, right? I know, I get all that, but you know, sometimes you'll get there by slowing the heck down a little bit. All right, so you know, no like closure back in the range here. I mean, I see 30-minute has potentials to move up. I may get in this at a smaller size. I would probably want to see maybe a better closure though, on a better time frame, like a 30. I think if the 30 can close strong, we're in there for 9:30. You know, otherwise 9:15, you know, it can move, but we never close back above the range there. If we get a strong closure at 9:30, I think this is going to get me in. Yeah. Difference between Top One Pro. Does anyone have that picture? Because I don't even know, man. I'm the worst guy when it's like, yo, can you tell us all the differences between the Pro account and the straight to sim? It's like, probably not, but I could probably pull some facts up for you. So if anyone has that screenshot, that'd be awesome. I mess around, tell you the wrong thing. Yeah, here we go. Take a screenshot of this. Thank you, Isam. Appreciate that. So just take a little screenshot of that, and that's the difference between the two like already straight to sim funded accounts. That's all the difference right there. It would really take me a lot to memorize all that and spit it out in a logical and intelligent way. We cannot withdraw less than 3,500. No, you can't withdraw more than it. More than 3,500 per account. This is tempting. This is tempting. Very tempting. But we didn't get the closure back above this overall range yet, so I'm okay on these. Yeah, ideally, if we're going to go off the 15, that 15's got to close above. Maybe we get a 15 celery on the next candle. So you kind of like, if you know you got 930 coming in, you got a lot of volume, you got a strong closure, something like that, then what we could do is we can take that entry, disregard that zone, and use the volume here to, you know, anticipate the push up. The idea was to take buys above 32 anyway, you know, from the jump. So it was either buys right around 32, 33, 32, or buys around 33, 43. One or the other. It doesn't really matter to me. A book about mindset. There's so many great books about mindset. There's so many good ones. So many good ones. There's actually a book called Mindset, and it talks about the difference between a fixed mindset and someone who has a growth mindset. So obviously, if you want to become successful in life in any area, you're gonna want to have a growth mindset. So that was a really good book, like really good book by Carol Weck, I think her name was. So that was good. The magic of thinking big. Honestly, the only thing you need to do is think big. Just think big, right? When you think big, you'll believe big, and that will encourage you to be disciplined on the little things. You think big, you act disciplined on the small areas. That's it. You know, but if you got no vision, you got no backbone, you got nothing to stand up for. So you got nothing to build, so you just go build someone else's dream, right? The owner of your job, or, you know, the guy who owns the car dealership you work at, or whatever. So, you know, we're talking about stepping out and building your own dream, right? And really taking control over your own life. I'm trying to think of some more. Mindset, obviously the Forex Mindset by Jared F. Martinez is a great book. That's my favorite trading book of all time. Mindset, anything that has to do with what's his name? Crap. You guys know what I'm talking about. Kobe, Jordan's coach. Oh man, I forget his name. Someone remind me of his name. No, not Phil Jackson. Grover. Yeah, Tim Grover. Yeah, Tim Grover is incredible. The Bible is all you need. Yeah, and then just go listen to the words of Jesus. I mean, everything he said was, hey, you are saved because, you are healed because, you are fixed because of what? What? Why? Why did Jesus say, you've been healed because? Or your what has made you well? It's all belief, right? It's all faith. It's all vision. It's all really believing at the highest levels possible. Phil, good old Phil. Yeah, Relentless was such a great book. Such a great book. But you're going to need that mindset. You're going to need that mentality, whether it's here in trading or whether it's out there in the field in sales or leadership or anything. You know what I mean? If you want to win, if you want to dominate, you got to have the winner's mindset. I'm actually reading a book right now. It's called The Winner Within by Pat Riley. Excellent book. What up, Tandy? My man. How we feeling, Tandy? I'm looking forward to seeing you in July. You pulling up, right? You pulling up? Got chat. If you know Tandy, you're a real one, number one. If you know, you know. But we got to make sure Tandy's at the TT meetup. We got to make sure. We got to hold him accountable. What up, Matt? So I think we talked about that yesterday on the live stream, man. Oh, we hit it so good yesterday. Just the probability mindset. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I mean, it's just something that you're going to have to adjust to. You can't get around it. You know what I mean? So you just got to, you just got to man up, right? And just have the probability mindset. That's it. That is it. Oh my gosh. Just copped What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Lovely, brother. Great book. Great book. Excellent book. That's also, so anything like that too, like What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, The Tongue, A Creative Force, one of my favorite books of all time. Just be prepared to go deep in that book. But yeah, anything like that, anything that's going to help you create that repetition to reprogram the subconscious mind, because that's ultimately what you have to do. Your mindset will never change unless it's fed on purpose a repetitive thought or, action, right? So you got to notice how when you start doing things, they become easier to do, right? How many of you guys ever wished you wanted to go to the gym at 5 a.m., but you just could never get in, you just couldn't get into the rhythm of it? But once you did, what happened? Then you'd be driving home from the gym after a workout. You're like, I can't believe I was sleeping in. I can't believe I was still sleeping at this time, right? It's like, damn, like I wouldn't want to be anywhere else besides out here working out with all these other people that are working out. So, object in motion stays in motion. Did I watch Wix while I was learning? No, I never watched Wix. Wix never had a stream while I was learning. I watched Don's stream, and I did see Wix on there like as a co-host. But ever since I started my own stream, I really never watched anyone stream from there, like Raja's, Don's, Wix, anybody else's for that matter. I think Wix actually, I think he had an Asian session stream back then. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I'm lying actually. I definitely plugged into like his Asian session streams a couple times for sure. I don't think he ever ran like a New York stream back then though. We got news coming. We got Powell testifying today here, I think, right? Yeah, it's today at 10. So yeah, it doesn't look like. Very happy we stayed out of the buys here, right? Not touch the buys on that candle because we don't know where price wants to go. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't, and I said this from the very jump today, I don't have a good read on price here today. I really don't. I don't know what direction price wants to go. I think the best buys are, quite frankly, above 43, but, we don't want to hear that. That's a long way, that's a long distance away. Let's see. Jerome will set the tone for us here today, though. Jerome will set the tone. Ever since I watched TT, been taking payouts. W. How to be a real trader. Yeah, the real trading isn't that fun, right, Wayne? But it pays. It pays. Yeah. Yeah, you got another range coming down here, but doesn't look like... Basically, those are our ranges here. Yeah, we'll use that to keep us protected. But yeah, probably no sells or anything here. Like I said earlier, you know, like we're just so bearish, it's hard to sell because of how far we've moved down. But at the same time, we're so bearish that it's kind of hard to buy too, right? Because we're just so bearish. So price in a very difficult situation here. It's getting a little complicated. Who's got questions? Anyone got good questions? I want to help y'all out in life and trading, whatever. Let's chop it up here because this 2 minute warning here doesn't look that good. But what does look good is maybe a fresh closure above, and then maybe we can look to go long here. What about the monthly flipping? Is the monthly doing a little flipperoony? Yeah. Daily would, let me see the monthly here. Wow. Holy. Monthly needs a pullback, eh? Man, look how bullish gold has been all year. Insane. I haven't really looked at the monthly in a while. How was I managing my expenses when I was only trading and no income coming in? Tandy, how was I managing my expenses? I didn't have any. I didn't have any, bro. I kept the least amount of expenses as possible. That's one of the things that me and my wife have done extremely well over the last decade is we have kept our expenses to a minimum. To a very, very minimum. So you got to get good at that. You got to get good at what they call delay gratification. So we just delay gratified. You know, one guy asked me the other day, he said, you know, what do I do? I'm not going to have money after the bills and all that this month. And I'm like, well, what do you need money for after the bills? It's like, well, you know, just unexpected expenses and emergency. I said, what's that? That's not real. That's fake. Right? What do you actually need money for? And it's not that they need money for unexpected. What is unexpected expenses? That's very vague, right? That could mean, hey, my child's birthday is coming up and we're going to hire a photographer. Like, what? You're hiring a photographer when you got no money? Dude, take the picture on your stupid iPhone. Right? Like, I just don't get it. Like, people don't know how to delay gratify. Like, you got to learn how to stay down till you come up. You got to learn how to stay down till you come up. So that's what we did. That's all we did. And I draw this out from time to time, but if the yellow line equaled income and the white line equaled expenses, this is how me and my wife have lived our life, right? We kind of start moving up income-wise. We start getting some success. Or whatnot. But the whole time, so this move right here, that was like 10 years. Right, 8 years, and during those years, if the yellow line represents income, the white line represents expenses. We did not move our expenses. So where people cross this line and they start to get the incline, and they move their expenses up, we stayed right here. So as we started making more money, we slowly increased our expenses like this. Right, so we never ran into an issue. Right, we always had the money. So, and what that was able to do is that was able to help us build freedom. Right, freedom from needing to go count on someone else to sign a paycheck to pay for all the stupid expenses that we didn't need, right? So we said, screw the stuff we don't need. We don't need anything. Let's stay humble. Let's stay low. We don't need new cars. We don't need new fingernails. We don't need new hair. We don't need any of it, right? We just need to stay down until we come up. We need to focus on income producing activities. And that's all we did, right? So for, from 0 to 13 years, right? This is all we did. So it's no surprise we have a ton of money stored away. We have a ton of money in investments. We have a ton of money in crypto, right? We planned this. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, what happens is I'm at a point now where my income is up here. My expenses are still up down here. Like, I can basically do anything I want at this point because we didn't rush this, right? We didn't try and get the Gucci belts and the cool clothes and the vacations and the new kitchen and the new hardwood floors. We didn't do any of that stuff, right? We just literally stayed down, did not spend a dollar that we didn't need to spend, and just hustled our money up, and that gap basically gave us lifestyle, right? Lifestyle or freedom or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so going back to the question, this is what I did, and this is what I would recommend you do. All right, don't worry about it. Some of the things you see me get today, I could have got those 3 years ago, right? But I didn't, because I wanted to make sure I was fully free, that I was fully living the lifestyle I so desired, and all I had to do was get my income up, keep my expenses down, and just do that long enough. And now we're kind of looking like this, and it's a good feeling. And I want you guys to look like this at some point over the next 2 to 5 years. Yep, paid off all debts, nothing, you know what I mean? Just cruised along. During this process, we got debt free, right? And that was it. Everything else started staying with us. Johnny Gems in the house. There he is.
Yo, my
How
man.
you doing?
How you doing? What's poppin', brother?
What's poppin'? Yeah, that Porsche about to make this white line go like, whoop. You know what the coolest part about is when you've done the work and you've delayed for long enough, that Porsche come in, but it doesn't matter. How you doing? Nobody knows nothing because we just keep on keeping on, baby.
Nothing new, bro.
Yeah. Nothing new.
You already had it.
So, and that's the cool part, because now, look, when you sacrifice here, right, and your wife or your spouse or your husband, they're down, right? They're like, yo, I'll sacrifice with you, and you're like, honey, I'll take care of you. Just give me some time. Now, anything, like, this could be a new house. This could be a new car. This could be a new vacation. And you see it's a big jump up, but it doesn't even touch where you currently are. So it never even affects you, right, when it comes to a purchase or some sort of a spending, right? So my mentor would say, Nick, don't do life half-ass. Most men, they do life halfway. They work a regular job, they make a mediocre income, they take one trip a year, and they bring their kid to the NBA game and sit in the nosebleed sections. And that's what my dad did for me, and I'm grateful for that, right? But he said, do the work on the front end, right? Get the job done here early on in life, so that way you can enjoy freedom for the rest of your life. And instead of doing things half-ass and doing them mediocre, you can, instead of sitting up in the nosebleeds, you can go sit courtside with your son, right? And give him that type of experience or whatever it is. So if you handle business on the front end of life, you can really have a great future. But most people play around with this front end, right? Like the 20s to 30s, right? They just play around with this and they wake up at 40, but I'm gone already. You know what I mean? Like my boys are going to wake up at 40, look around and be like, where did the time go, right? Some of my older friends. So you got to lock in, again, easy choices now, easy life now, hard life later. Hard choices now, hard life now, easy life later. And this is a prime example of it. And, so am I.
Facts, bro. Well said.
Johnny Gems, welcome to the live stream, my friend.
Sir. Thank you, bro.
How you doing?
I get that.
I'm just
Feels good to
I'm
be
just
back.
blabbing over here. Who knows what we're talking about?
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. Is anyone paying attention out? Hello, is anyone out there?
The
Hey.
gold's just melting.
Hey, I know there's 1,000+ here, but I'd be talking about this passionate in front of 2 people here today, man. I don't give a rip. This stuff changed my life. This philosophy here changed my entire life.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, gold melting. So John, you should have held your pre-New York sells here, man.
Right, bro? Should've, coulda, would've.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It's like, damn, looks like I was the liquidity. Literally, I got stopped and then price hasn't been up since.
It's one wick up and then doink.
Like, literally, bro. Like, that was the last higher high since we came down. Or lower high.
Yeah. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions? That's much more important than the move down on gold right now. I promise you. I promise you.
Nick dropping gems per usual. It's good chat. It's popping.
Guys, it's going down today. There's a high chance that this goes down today.
Bro, don't tell anyone.
Flip it and that's where you're at. Yeah, so now you flip it. Now you flip it. Most people are buried in debt. They got no time, they got no money, and they're buried in debt. And all the time that they have, they spend it working for the money that they're gonna pay the debt off. So remember, Mr. V would say all the time, Nick, observe the masses and do the opposite, right? Do the opposite. So whatever the masses are typically doing, you want to look at that and you want to go the other way.
Yeah.
So buy right now. No, I'm just kidding. Buy gold right now.
I don't know about that. Don't buy and don't sell. It's too tough.
Do I use
What
LE
do you-
candles? I'm not too sure what those are. LE?
You said you're not interested in sales, right? You were telling me?
Not really, no. Nope.
Smart, bro.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in any of that.
Honestly, it's a tough day, bro, to trade gold right now.
We're just moving. I love this. I love the fact that we're moving down. I mean, it's lovely. It's going to make for a lot of great trades here, over the next couple days.
Facts, bro.
NQ still chopping. We did nothing at 9:30. Wow. Yeah, still chopping here. 4 hour never broke the highs there.
Oh, nice job, Allison. Good work. Yeah, now those cells worked out nice afterwards. So W, great job. Way to get back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Congrats to anyone who got back into those cells. Really nice.
Clean range. Yeah, but if we look at the closures here, right? So let's say here's a closure. Let me make it yellow or something. Gray, green. Here's a closure. Here's a closure. Let's go down to like a 15. Yeah, I mean, nothing really closed below any ranges. They closed right at them. These ones had no wicks. If we look left where those closures went down, right, there's a support sitting right at both of them. So, it wasn't that clean. I mean, maybe it just wasn't that clean. I think it had that one push that was pretty clean. I think from here to here, and that was it. Otherwise, the last 2 or 3 candles were kind of right here, right? The closures had already pushed through that clean range by the time those closures went down.
Yeah, man.
Wholly overextended. This is good, though. Trust me, like, some days you got to play chess. Like, some days you're like, okay, cool. This is going to set up a really nice range later. This is going to set up, great trading opportunity later. It's just sometimes you got to just stay the heck out the way.
You just took that one trade in London?
Yeah, that was it.
Nice, bro.
But so far, so good this month. So as we know, June is typically our best month of the year. I got 2 red days, but other than that, we're looking pretty clean. Yeah, today's the 24th. We got 25, 6, and 7, and then that's a wrap. It seemed like yesterday where we just started June. Crazy.
Bro, seemed like yesterday when we just started 2025.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah, yesterday's trade was a good trade though, so we'll see if we can catch something. I think yesterday we had a little later trade too, right?
Yep.
Okay, 4 hours starting to come up here on NQ now too. Possible break of the highs here, 9:30. 9:30 motion.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice bleeder from gold.
Boom, 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 boom. Buy now.
Best of luck to the virus.
What do you do when you take a blunder trade? Ooh, I like that word or term. Thinking it's a playbook and later you realize it's not a playbook. That's how you get better at trading the playbook. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, every day is a bit of a classroom. So
Yeah.
you got to give yourself time to learn. You know what I mean? You're going to take play positions that maybe you thought were the playbook, and then you'll go back and you'll realize, you know what? You know, that didn't really resemble a playbook. Maybe if this happened or that happened, then it would. And you know, that's the work, right? This is the work of a trader. That's how you eventually begin to, you know, catch some traction and some consistency. It doesn't happen until you first begin to like make those adjustments, right? So that's why I always tell the elite members when they come in, it's like, listen, as far as basically I want you to use what you know about this playbook and execute every single time, because what that allows me to do is when I see their data, I can very quickly get a read on what they're understanding and what they're not understanding, and then that's where I can help fill the gap, right? So it's really just about trading the playbook to the best of your ability, the best you can. So if you think that's what I taught, then you do that, right? And then you track every trade, you journal every trade, and then you review them right after a week or 2 weeks. And then you go and you say, okay, well, did that one look like it? Or did this one and did this one? And then slowly you'd be like, that one was great. This one was great. This one, not so much. That one, I should have waited for a closure, right? And all these things is like what we do, you know? I mean, that's the work that has to be put in to kind of get familiar with everything. So it's okay to take, what was the term again? Blunder trades. Blunder. It's okay to take blunder trades. That's how you learn. Yeah. Now, if you're still taking those trades like 2 or 3 years into working the playbook, then I think there's a bit of an issue there that has to be looked into deeper. But if you're still new, you know, first year and a half, I mean, guys, this game takes a little bit, man. It really does, you know. Yeah. I know the internet makes it seem like you can get it done in a day or a week, but I mean, I'm still trying to learn trading.
Bro, for real, same. The learning never stops.
Is Tandy still here? Where's Tandy? Tandy, if Tandy's still here, how many days in those early days did we spend at the desk? Every one of them, right? Like we were there every day, showing up to make mistakes, to get better, to learn more, and we just have fun with it. You know, that's the cool part about having a community too, is it takes a little bit of pressure off.
Yeah. What's good, Tandy? Nah, for real though, we legit are always learning. We learn something new every single year. Every year has taught us something new. That's only helped us get better as well.
Yeah, every year we've kind of leveled up a little bit, which is nice. And that's what you want to be doing. Like, you want to look back on this year and be like, what did I level up on?
Right.
How could I be profitable? You just follow a profitable trading system. That's it. There's nothing else to it. 100% of the time. Yeah. You just take every single trade that you place in the market. You take the trade according to a profitable system. one that produces profitable results, and then you just stay out of the way. Like, just get out of the way, you know, just enter trades that make sense to that plan and stay out of ones that don't. And that's how you can become profitable.
Yep. It's a habit, right? To follow your plan. So you got to do it 100% of the time to build that habit.
Yeah. Now, will your psyche and your mind allow you to do that? That's the question. Getting profitable is not the hard part. It's about making sure, like finding a profitable system's easy. They're everywhere. It's about sticking to it, about training yourself to just be a dog.
Yeah, man.
You got to find dopamine off of discipline.
Literally.
Oh, we're going with green now? Nah. Green, what do you think? I can't, man. I can't. It's got to be white.
Green?
It's either white or yellow. I used to use the yellows.
Bro, I think I'm about to change my chart color back up.
I think Don got me into the white. Raja, when I was with Raja, he always used to use the yellow ones. I think he still does.
Oh, yeah, the yellow lines? Yep. Remember when we used to have our green candles be blue candles?
Yeah, I do. If I open up my trading view, you can see all my chart layouts.
I'm about to do that.
I used to use a few different layouts. So just so you know, we're out of support here, and probably still gonna avoid. If I avoided the sells this whole way, I'm avoiding them right here.
What do you want to do, Goldie?
Dark mode, definitely. How come most of the time you have a 60 pip stop and a 30 pip TP? I mean, I wouldn't say that's most of the time. I think most of the time it's about 1R. But like I was saying this in the Asian session last night, I've honestly never had an issue with that. Like, I feel like that's the big, like, forbidden thing in trading. Like, you can't have less than a 1R. If that's gonna, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't see it. I'll be honest. It hasn't really affected me in my trading at all. When you have such a high, I think it affected me back in like 2022, early 2023, where we would kind of take 2 or 3 wins and then take a big loss and go back to break even. But I learned in the process of all that how to size up and down according to conditions and whatnot. So it hasn't really affected me too much. I mean, overall, I have a 1.5 RR, for the year and stuff. So I like to judge my RR based off of the actual result of my trading. I never get too carried away on any single trade, if that makes sense. So I'm always judging my performance not by the single trade itself, but by the accumulative trades, right? What is that adding out to? Because at the end of the day, that's what matters most.
Right.
So
like
according to this, my bad. According to this, that's not the case. Average winner's 1,000, average loser's 600, right? So almost 700. So yeah, according to my performance and my results, that's actually not the case.
Yeah. And the way we trade is based on price action too, right? So price action is irrelevant, or RR is irrelevant to price action. And like Nick says, that's just one trade, like every other trade could be so unique and different, like that's probably the bare minimum, like a 0.5 RRs, like the bare minimum will go, but like there'll be trades where there's a 1R or even maybe a 2R, it all depends on price action and what the markets are willing to give us. So we just kind of have to take whatever the market's willing to give us based on price action.
Yeah, exactly. So what it means,
even with a 0.5 RR with an 80%, 75% win rate, you're still going to be left with profits over a series of trades.
Exactly. So like what that means is the way I do it now is, let's say we're bullish, right? We're looking for a support to form and we get a nice strong support here, right? And I'm going to take this buy. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to judge the market and the conditions. And depending on the conditions of the market, this is where I switch my risk to reward. So most people, they look at risk to reward this way. tight stop, big TP, right? We all can agree on that. That's the way most people look at RR. Is like, well, you know what? I got to have a better RR here, so I got to be an idiot and just, I didn't say that. I'm just, sorry. I got to be unlogical about this and place my stop loss somewhere where it shouldn't be, right? So that makes no sense technically, right? So every trade I take, I want to make it make sense technically. So let's say this is the move, right? And let me just draw it better so it looks cooler and nicer and all that stuff. Let's just say we got all this range, right? Boom. We got range coming up to here, and now you got this little pullback, and now we're all ready to take a buy, right? So bam. So this is what happens. So we got clean range to the left, higher time frame condition, look good. We got volume coming in, all the boxes check. So if let's say I use anywhere from 1 to 4 lots. So in a trade like this where everything lines up, I'm going to use 4 lots because I'm more likely to win this trade based off of the conditions of the trade setup of the market at that current moment. So in this trade, I'm going to be very confident, right? So I'm going to get in this and I am going to increase my size and I'm going to go a little bigger on that because that's most likely going to be the winner trade, right? So on that one, I'll go much bigger as opposed to, let's say you have something that looks more so like this where you have price came down, and when it came down, it was kind of all choppy and kind of looks something like this, where it's like big candle here, but nasty candles that are all kind of just not looking that good, right? Something like this, and then there's maybe even a little bullish candle in there, right? But then we come down and we make a support. Like we're still probably going to take this trade, right, on this move here, and it'll be something like this. But now the conditions aren't that great, right? They're not as good as they once were. So although my TP and my stop loss don't change, right, it just goes to the logic on the trade, right? So let's say that this stays the same, but the thing now is I'll lower my size. So I never change like the play, right? The play is still the same, the parameters are still the same, but on a trade where I feel like that one's not going to be as good condition wise because maybe target has already been tapped and it's a bit choppy on the way back up, and I don't know, maybe the 4 hour is a little sketchy, and there's news that came out, right? All these things begin to factor in, and on this trade I'll go lower, like I'll go like maybe something like a 1 lot here, right? And again, these trades are still good trades, but they're likely to not play out as much as the other clean one, right? So typically if this is a winner, it'll be a small winner, or if it's a loser, it'll be a small loser. Now don't get me wrong, are we going to lose these 4 contract trades sometimes? Yeah, but that's going to be way more rare than it is that we win them. So that's how I base it. This does take a bit of experience and chart time, but that's how I do it. So I never change up my thought here, like, okay, TP at this resistance, entry at the break of the high, stop loss below the previous low. Nothing changes in terms of that. It's just how good is it, right? And that'll determine my size. So that's pretty much how I move about RR.
Facts, bro.
And it's worked for me. It may or may not work for you. It's worked very well for me, and even more so over the last like almost 2 years now, it's really worked, or a year and a half, it's worked extremely well.
Lovely.
I don't really trade double tops or anything. I could typically see them like Fibonacci's with my own eyes, and I usually wait for just the playbook setups. That's it. Nate gets it. You're getting it, brother. You're getting it. Remember what I just said. Observe the masses and do the opposite. So if all your friends look like everything is all good, and it's making you think that I'd make the wrong move, life move or whatever, well, just look at all your friends. right? What are they doing? So if you're moving in the opposite direction, then most likely you're not making the wrong move here, right? We know that the masses are trained to do what the masses do. Only the elite can escape it, and in order to do that, you got to be, thinking different. So, of course, I've been there. I think every other entrepreneur has been there. One thing that helped me is I remember I stopped chilling with my friends and hanging out or whatever, and then like a couple months later, because I had that feeling like, am I missing out? Is there something going on? A couple months later, I go over there, and I'm like, yo, these dudes are doing the same thing we've been doing for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years now. Like, I'm not missing anything here. And then I was like, I'm all in on my dreams and goals. Like, there's no way that this hanging out by the campfire, singing Kumbaya is going to hold me back from living my dream life. And I just said, yay, I'll either see you at the top or from the top, but I'm on my way, G. And I just kept it moving.
Yeah.
So I'll meet you there, or I'll see you from there. Papa Pal coming in.
At 10, right? 3 minutes?
Yeah. Do I trade the PM sessions? Yeah, we trade Asian, London, pre-New York, and New York sessions. We trade them live in the clubhouse. If you guys don't know what the clubhouse is, it's basically 4 sessions of what you're seeing right now. In all those time frames that I just told you about, all live streams. There's a whole course. The TT trading course is in the clubhouse. There's probably about 50 hours of pre-recorded webinar content in there as well that is extremely helpful and can speed up the process. And yeah. What's good, Ben? Ben Bennett's in the house. He's in the clubhouse.
And
My man Billy. Let's go. B21 in the house.
B21. What's up, bro?
There you go, brother. He got blocked. Yo, there you go, G. You got to block out the noise. Remember what I said, the people who want the best for you don't always know what's best for you. And that's where you truly have to meet other people. Like some of you guys are listening to me, a random guy on the internet, over some friends, but you're noticing life changes, positive life changes at that, right? So same thing happened to me. I had to seek mentorship and guidance outside of my tribe, outside of my sphere of influence that I grew up with. None of those guys could help me. They were all stuck there too. None of them can help me out, right? So I had to go to someone or find someone for that matter. And thank God, I was led to him, but someone who, was in a totally different pond, right? The other thing too, a lot of people want to be a big fish in a small pond, but there's no growth there. So you can't be afraid to be a little fish in a big pond. That's where there's room to grow. Oh my God. Do we go in on the buys? Do we get them here? Oh man. This is risky. Who's ready? Who's ready to put the risk? No risk, no Rari. All right, we need a steep lower wick here if we're going to enter on buys. We need to take some time to make that lower wick. We got Papa Pal coming in hot here. These buys are extremely scary too because this can easily happen. So this might have to be range 2. Yeah.
Later.
We might get up later.
Later.
Let's see that daily. I mean, that daily's right there now, boys and girls. So, I mean, that's the support, right? I mean, after that is, we got a 650 pip destination. So if it's going to reject from a support, it's most likely going to be this puppy right here. I don't know who I'm talking to here, but let's go. Holy smoke. What a daily candle, man. This actually really did surprise me, not gonna lie. Us not coming up for that top wick. I mean, hey, I don't want to speak too early, but yeah, I mean, I really expected a top wick on that candle today. By the way, I mean, gold is in a horror zone right now too. If we really kind of step back and look, I mean, this is the range that we don't like, right? This is the range that we've basically been fighting for the last month. So we're in that range now, you know, and that's why it's tough. Every single time we came in here, it got a little difficult. Yeah, especially when you got these like this area here gets very, very tough. You know, when the daily looks like this, when the daily looks like this, right? These are very tough trading conditions on the lower time frames down here because you have no true direction. So even today, you don't really have any true direction here on gold. There's no wick. We haven't even left this range yet. So did you say buy? No, I meant like buy, like see you later, like have a great. Imagine daring to buy gold here today. Shall we dare? We got some news coming in here too, so that's why I'm kind of trying to hang tight a little. Boom. I didn't even realize we got a 15 bullish closure there. Yeah, it happened quick. This is only 3 minutes into the candle. So the 1 hour closed, the 30 closed, the 4 hour, we got all closures here now. So let's get rid of some of this because it's a bit confusing. So let's do a fresh analysis, all right? So we got the daily. The daily's basically at support now. We've officially tapped target there on the daily. The 4 hour has officially pushed down for the last 4-8. Look at that. I mean, damn. And we've officially come into 4 hours support now. So you're most likely going to make a top wick, right? If you can like come back down, flip bearish, do all that. I mean, buy stops on the re-break of like maybe like a next 15-minute candle or something will look phenomenal. Everything is at support here, everything. So we can sit tight, we can wait for range 2 buys. If we get good closures, we can take buys off the onion play. I'm not gonna like bank on the 15 just because this is also like the part of the news candle here. So 30-minute closures, and yeah, we look pretty good. It's going to be risky, it's going to be daring, but we're at support everywhere, and I'm going to count on that target tap concept to take care of business just like it's been doing. So if the right opportunity shows up where we can say, hey, this is good for us, then that's where we can pop in. Buy stops activated. Best of luck, brother. Oh, close 20 pips. Nice. Yeah. That was a red folder candle, so I don't really like jumping in on that. Boom, boom. All right. My bad, John. Should be good. What are my PC specs?
Today,
I have no idea. I got an Alienware computer. That's about all I know. Ask TK. He'll give you the specs.
yeah, today isn't a bad day either to lock out, you know, on your accounts and come back tomorrow or Asian session to trade either. If we can't catch anything here.
Yep, exactly. The reason I haven't traded yet is because there hasn't been a trade really. Nothing's made sense to me, so nothing has really been taken. Can I show you my trade? Which one, brother? Oh, the London one? Yeah, that was 1 hour time frame, London right here. So basically looked at that as if, okay, we can possibly create support. So ended up looking to go long there. So forget about all this. So basically was looking to take a buy. This was London. This was the 3 a.m. candle. The next one was the 4 a.m. candle. So I took a buy on the break of its own high, basically looking for something like this, right, to kind of push up into that zone, take some profits, and then maybe come in there and then kind of call it a day. But yeah, we ended up popping up here, breaking the highs, and then just coming back down.
Just got wicked into.
Literally got wicked in. And what's funny is, like, I really wanted to have the... Originally, I was going to keep the buy stop above the 4 hour high, and if I did, then it wouldn't have gotten activated. But I got a little greedy. I guess.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, Ryan? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
What up, Brian? What's good, bro?
Yeah, you see, like,
yeah, I think we took it off the 15-minute too.
Yes, Lele. Yes. Oh, I'll be right back.
Oh, nice. Is smart, bro. Got break even. Smart. Yeah, see, buys are struggling here to move up. Yeah, I wouldn't want to short that on the I mean, I wouldn't want to go long on the 15-minute looking at that 30-minute. You know, could potentially come back down. It's tough. 1 hour could potentially come back down. 4 hour as well. Tough. Oh, nice. Took 22 pips. Awesome. Good job. Yeah, man. I know, James. If we would have had the buy stops on the break of the 4 hour, that definitely would have saved us. Yep. What's up, Green? What up, bro? Yeah, cool one. Nice. There's your 30 pips. Yeah, there's your push up on the buys. What up, Yasin? Doing good, my man? How you doing, man? Doing good? I think it's going to be another hot one out here today. Yo, what's up, Sim Z? What's good, Sam, man? It's poppin', y'all. How you guys doing today, chat? How you guys doing today in the markets? Any good trades taken? I know some of you guys just caught those buys. Those were nice.
Gotta love these kids, man. You gotta love them.
course.
Oh, 15's working out here. Guys.
Just graduated from high school. Nice. Yesterday. Cool, bro. Awesome. Congrats on that. Time for the real world now. Exciting. Took a $2 loss today. Oh, nice. Small loss. That's how we like it. Keep the losses small.
Keep them small.
Nice, Sandman. Patient day here.
Very patient.
Oh, what's up? What's up, B21? Nice, bro. Good job, man. Yeah, if you had bigger stops on that pre and Y trade, you were chilling. So W, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Made the London loss back. Awesome. Did I go to college? No, I didn't, Fanny. I did not go to college.
College, baby, college. Yo, what's up, Derek? You're in the group, brother. This is the group. Say hello to everyone.
Hello.
You're here, brother. You're here.
Yeah, facts, J4 trades. I graduated high school and then I got into TT University. Exactly what I did.
Boom. 15 closure was nice. It just this candle was the red folder candle, so I usually don't enter on those because they could go, you know, all up and down or whatever. But yeah, other than that, other than the red folder, it was good. And the red folder was just it was just the idea that the guy's gonna start talking soon. So yeah, maybe we could have took that. It wasn't like a super high impact, but we didn't, or I didn't. So I'll wait on the 30 here. What up, Project Toro?
Project Toro, my man.
Real learning starts after school. I like that. Yeah, I remember hearing a quote one time. It said like 2% of college graduates read more than like 5 books after graduating. So, you know, none of the world really reads much. It's a big separator.
Summer reading, bro. Who's doing their summer reading, chat? In TT University, that's a must right there.
That's a must.
Must.
That's an Elon Musk right there.
Yo, Clay Money, bro. I like the new name. Let's go. Sounds way better.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
No more Clay Tech. It's Clay Money.
Oh, nice. Be happy and chase your dreams. I like that. What a name. What a name. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in.
W motto.
Martin.
Close your window topic.
What happened?
15
Oh, we
no
closed.
topic.
Ah, man, that's whack.
That about does it for me.
Yeah, I'll probably stick around a little longer. I'll wait for the 30 closure. That'll probably be my last call here. 30 closure, and then I got some things to do here today. I gotta run to the bank today. We gotta run to the bank today. 15. Uncle Pal? Nah, I don't want to listen to Yoda right now.
Bro, if we put Powell on, I'm gonna freaking go to sleep.
We put Pal on?
Definitely
Yeah, I
don't wanna
might
listen
pass
to that.
out.
You put that on, I'm out of here. Yeah, Nick, today's it's a good day. I know today's a big day, bro. So it lines up with choppy markets. It works out good.
Facts. Ain't nobody trying to be trading today.
Bro, we already been in the markets chat like 8 hours ago.
You're
Done our
welcome,
trading.
Roderick. You're welcome, brother. Love it.
Yes,
Love
sir,
to hear
Roger.
the improvements. That's what we're here for.
Amazing, bro. Let's go. One to two trades a day.
Had a buy stop loss set, just didn't press buy. Yeah, that's okay, bro. That's okay. Trust me, these conditions ain't that good. But it's been a while since we haven't had like good market since we haven't really had like too choppy of market conditions lately. So, you know, with this big move out of the daily range, I mean, it's expected. Got tore up today. Yeah, man. Telling you that the market conditions.
Happens.
It looks like it's gonna go down and then it goes up, and it looks like it's gonna go up and then it goes down.
Every once in a while, you're gonna have that day where you get a little torn up. It's all good.
Yeah.
Just the market tumbling us.
Usually I trade power hour. I don't really have a 5-minute strategy. I do look for, so there's one thing I look for in power hour, and honestly I haven't really been trading power hour too much. But usually what I'll look for is like a 15-minute candle that's got like no top wick. And let's say the bias is bullish and we hit like a sort of like a advantage point or something. What I'll usually do is during power hour, I'll go, you know, deep down here on the 1-minute time frame and look for a trend to start. And then usually what I'll do is I'll get in there and I'll expect this candle here to end up closing like this, and honestly it works out a lot. And then that move up is the buy position on the lower time frame. But I haven't really done it too much. Bump, bump.
Down.
One good trade, yeah. We'll see if we can get it, brother. We'll see.
You wouldn't sell 15 crates resistance. You're not with the sells right today.
Probably not, man. Probably not. The support sitting right here. I'll feel so dumb. I go ahead and take a sell right here after all that, and I lose.
Yeah, right.
I'd rather just save trading for another day.
That's what happened
Right?
to me.
Imagine watching that whole thing and then taking a sell and losing today on a sell.
That's what I mean, bro. Like after I ended the stream, I literally looked at gold. I'm like, how the hell did I lose that trade?
Yeah.
How the hell did I lose taking sells?
Yeah, I mean, your trade was money, though.
Yeah, I kind of just wacky trading candle.
Just
I
a
guess.
random spike up there.
Literally. Chad, may have been that 5 minutes, man. I guess I wasn't looking at the clock. There was 5 minutes left or so. On the 15-minute candle closure, we got activated less than 5 minutes. I mean, I still thought it looked good. Oh yeah. Yes, yep, right. 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern is power hour, correct? Yeah, you may or may not have better luck trading NQ for the rest of the New York session today. Not too sure. Word PF trader. How the hell do we lose on sells today? Like what? Clubhouse, we just gotta smile and laugh about that, you know?
Yeah, you gotta smile and laugh about all the losses. Otherwise, instead of smiling and laughing, you go revenge trade. So I like smiling and laughing. It's treated my pockets a lot better, and it's also helped my mood.
Right, bro.
You know, you get away from that.
Attraction.
You get away from that revenge trading and over trading. All of a sudden, believe it or not, your mood actually begins to get better too. It's pretty cool.
Right, bro. Yeah, facts, man.
Hey, do I miss MT5? Not really, man. I haven't really thought about MT5 too much at all.
Hell no, bro.
Later, Zyper. Yeah, nothing here for you. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this 30-minute candle basically does it for me. I'm here to help you guys. If you guys have any other questions and all that stuff too, like I'm here to help and serve and give where I can. But the trade, I don't want to put y'all in a bad position here, man. This market's not looking too hot here today. Yeah, 3 to 4. Yep, is a power hour. Exactly. MT5 got a new update? Oh, no way. No way.
Say what?
We got a good day here today, eh? 84. It's nice and cool right now. Yeah.
Bro, how is it hotter in New York? Chat, I literally brought the heat with me. Crazy. Bro, it's 88 here.
Oh, wow. No way.
It's going to be 96, bro. As the high today. What's the high for you?
92.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Can't get away from this heat, man.
All 90s, baby. All 90s. What do we got for the meetup?
I purposefully came to New York to get away from the heat, but the heat's following me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can you suggest me a futures prop firm that has instant funding outside of top one? Top one's restricted in your country. I'm not too sure, man. I haven't really looked into many firms, to be honest, outside of Apex, Top Step, and Top One. And Take Profit Trader, I think it was, the other one. How long do the payouts usually take with Top One? They're fairly quick. They're usually within the 24 hours of request. Later, Simzy. Have a great day. Morpheus, how we doing, brother? Great to see you, man. How you feeling, G?
What's up, Morpheus?
No trade today, just sleeping. Back.
Today's a great no trade day.
Porsche on WeatherWeb? Wait, what? Huh?
Yo, peace out, energy. Have a great day.
Did someone say Porsche?
Chat, if you took a loss or two today like me, it's all good, right? It happens. It's part of the business. We're just playing the game. We're just doing business, right? We bounce back from it. Keep a positive mentality. Learn from your mistakes and keep pushing forward. That's all we could do, right? Keep pushing forward.
That's all.
Just want to say that. It's business per usual. All goody.
Fail your way to the top.
That's it.
Wouldn't recommend Take Profit Trader. Their customer service is non-existent. Yeah, maybe don't go with them. I never used them. I just really kind of heard of them. Yes, you probably will have your payout by Friday. No, I don't think that's too much to ask for with Top One. Top Step, you definitely won't have it by Friday, but you got a very good shot at hitting the bank account by Friday with Top One.
Yeah, Top Step, you're waiting at least like like a week maybe, 5 days at least.
Yeah, like 3 to 5.
Yeah, 3 to 5.
Porsche, that's right, Porsche. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Do you think gold move influenced by war and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, so you got war talks and all that too, playing a factor into the sloppy price action here. Read in the winner within. Let's go. Clean sounds and frequency, baby. Let's get it. Oh my God, Arizona. Yeah, Arizona's probably cooking. GTRS gang, I may be taking delivery of this car today. This is huge. This is huge. Huge. I found the spec I really want. You guys gotta see the spec. It's just beautiful. But it's not fully done yet. There's one more step. Just one more step. Top One's got the best customer service. I agree. Even or Top One, even Top Step, their customer service ain't even all that good. Yeah. Yeah, Top One's phenomenal. Bullish closure. Yeah, so we got a bullish closure coming up here. Let's see the 15-minute. This is the 31 hour. Let's see I know we got a little resistance here. Let's see. We got no wick on that candle. I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I'm probably not going to take a trade here. None of this looks too hot. This candle closed without a wick at the top. Yeah, there's no point in getting into trouble here. No point. Nothing looks that hot. You got an 85 pip range above there. I mean, maybe shut it down until you get closures above there and then just use that as your new range. Because other than that, I mean, this doesn't look good. And yeah, there's no clear direction at all. Nothing. I knew today would be a little tough. That's why I'm very, very hesitant today to get into anything because it's all over the place.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I say we call it. I'm probably going to call it here. I don't like
Sounds
this.
good.
I don't like the 30. I don't like the 15. Close it without the wick. I don't like anything about this session outside of the conversation and the people here. Otherwise, the markets were chalked here today. So if you got away here with a win, congratulations. If you got away with a win and then you tried to test that and then you left with a loss, you know, take notes on that and, you know, don't do that stuff again, man. All right.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, tips to for repeating blowing XFAs. Take it small. Lower your size. You're already in the money. You already got the XFA. Lower the size. Come down. If you normally risk like 3, go down to 1. I know your ego doesn't want to hear that. I know when I say that, you're like, but Nick, I want to be here by July and all that stuff. But again, sometimes it takes slowing down to speed up a little bit. So drop your size on the XFA. Get comfortable in your trades and then just let the probabilities play out, man. Stick to the playbook, stick to what got you the XFA, and don't deviate from it.
That's facts.
Yo, what up, Victor?
Awesome.
Saw it back in 2023. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming by. Come by again
Victor.
tomorrow, gang. We didn't take a trade today, but come by tomorrow. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. Pull up. You guys are more than welcome. Ask any questions that you like in the chat. And, yeah, come be a part of the community. So I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm off to enjoy the day here. Got a lot of things cooking here today. I would advise you not to over risk or over trade or get ahead of yourself here today. Very, very choppy markets. But best of luck to y'all who are continuing to trade today. I'm going to lock out, close it down. I'm going to take this red day. It's totally fine with me. And then I'll come back tomorrow. It's a little $400 we could stomach that.
Bro.
So, yeah. All right.
Sounds goody. Thank you, Nick.
Sweet,
Appreciate
brother.
you, bro.
All right, man. John, thanks for coming
out,
by.
chat.
Great sales
a good
earlier. And
Yep.
yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Clubhouse, I'll see you back in Asian tonight.
Yes,
Cool.
sir. Let's get it. Talk to you later.
All right,
Peace,
G's. Count it down.
Peace,
I'll
chat.
see y'all. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Blessings to you and your family. Ahala. Peace. Later, gang.
Got the Holy Spirit on the stage when I was walking in. If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to talk to him. Big facts. This little heaven off a big stack. So that Range Rover Deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get on my excuses on a diss track. I'll be walking where the truth is. Ain't no zigzag, no more. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop, 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 just kill the beat. It's a whole song about humility. I stay clear where the ceilings see, cause I know that's where many other villains be. Me and my fam try to keep a low profile. Head stay straight, don't worry about a profile. Can't burn out when you keep it on the low dial. They say no, wait, now they saying oh wow. No more, oh, tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop. Okay, yeah. Hey, how you start is how you finish. Like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits, huh? Yeah, I put on my J's, you already know the dealer. But this ain't a game, this is life, this is a killer. He'll try to trap your soul, I ain't talking Bryson Tiller. But really he's a dog standing next to a gorilla. My ability to go grill a beat is from Elohim. Ain't no competition in my game, it's just me on me. And this composition ain't for fame, it's for G.O.D. Tell the devil go back where you came, cause we walking free. Hop on the stage and I'm ready for war. I'm not the same person I was before. I see revival breaking on the floor. I pray it makes its way out of the door. In Jesus' name we breaking out of Hades. I might be doing this until I'm 80. I leveled up all the way just to say that ain't how you start, it's how you finish. How you feel like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits.
I keep my top down. Live on my head cause I can't wear the crown too low. Never gon' bow down. Everybody out there running games so they pass on me. Treat 'em like a op, bow. When I came up, they were whooping but was still on a leash. People gon' talk down. They goin' low cause I still serve the most high. No, I won't stop now. When I throw signs up, it's not what they said, dog. No, that's for H-Town. Roll with a warrant, try not to get caught, but I'm fly. Still put the top down. Love for the father, make kids for the fans, y'all. Can't switch on y'all now. Only sinners walk with grace. pack your bags, follow me home. Pray my seeds, turn out winners. Keeping that lead when I'm long gone. All of my fears can't hold me back. Let go of those who did me wrong. All of my fears won't hold me back. What don't kill me made me strong. Victory lap. We on attack. Ain't looking back. Rushing outside like I'm sleeping in a bando. Bible on me, I've been feeling like Rambo. Devil trying to hide, he ain't wearing no camo. Killing myself.